Here are the scores after 3 of 4 rotations in this session. The United States a commanding lead over Germany and Japan at the moment. Floor exercises. First up for America will be Tracy Talavera.
And at this point, Tracy must have a new confidence with brilliant performances on all 3 apparatuses, and this being her 4th. Her ballet has improved so much in the last year. Here's her first tumbling run, back handspring into a very high layout and extended right through to the leap. Tracy looks like she's just enjoying this competition. She doesn't look nervous in the slightest. She needs to get height out of this handspring, as she did right there, and height into the back handspring, which she did. This is where they can show a little of their personality. They're the handstand turn. She could have held that straddle up just a little bit. Here come the 3 back handsprings. Nice even tempo is what is needed. Look at that lift, as if she's flying. Okay, now this is a critical part. The full turn, no bobbles. All right, Tracy. If you take a look at this last tumbling run, the 3 back handsprings, you can see how each back handspring is nice and even. Just what the judges are looking for. And then she extends so high out of it. She gets good punch, jumps way up in the air to that high, high straddle. Cheerleaders would be envious.
Oh, wouldn't they? 9-6-0 for Tracy Talavera in the floor exercise.
Of course, that's alternate Marie Roethlisberger that just went out of screen.
And here is Michelle Dussert.
Excuse me, go ahead, Jack.
No, I was just saying, waiting for the green light. There's still some little delay there.
A lot of judges' meetings this Olympics.
Ah, she's right. A nice little strut. You gymnasts really have a strut to you, you know?
It's all part of the style. Michelle also has to be very confident at this point with such a great routine, especially on the uneven bars. Steadiness on the balance beam. She reminds me a great deal of Julianne. What a punch. I might mention that that floor exercise has little tiny springs under it. And not only are these gymnasts strong, but it also helps them to propel and saves the legs for injuries. So there's less injuries. Here's that second tumbling run. Handspring right into a very nice Tinsica. Look how high she was on those. Now she'll play with the crowd a little bit. Handstand. What control. Run of the Compulsories. And she also has springs. Now if she can just hold on to her nerves here. Excellent. Okay.
Michelle Dussert. There's her mother. Michelle Dussert's mother.
Sitting on pins and needles. Oh.
Wow.
There's Marie Roethlisberger, giving her encouragement. Let's take another look at that tumbling run. Even on these so-called simple tumbling moves, it takes a great effort. You want to control it. You don't want to overdo it. Okay, let's take one more look at another tumbling run. You can see the speed even built into these. Round off back handspring. 3 of them in a row, and you can see they're very even. The last one getting a little bit faster, and she just soars. All under control.
Just lovely. Waiting for the score. Tracy Talavera next to her. 9-7-0 for Michelle Dessert. Mrs. Dessert. Well, compulsory exercises are compulsory. I mean, you have to do certain moves, and here it is on the floor exercise, what we should look for. Kathy?
Well, this is Kelly Garrison, member of the Olympic squad. And some of these moves are especially difficult for the women. This is the handstand, pirouette, straddle down. And basically what the gymnast wants to do is have control. They are walking on her hands, making two pirouettes. On the straddle down, she's going to try to hold her legs up off of the ground, as you can see here. And when you're under pressure, sometimes it's difficult. And then they go into a pose. And the judges are looking for perfect technique on every single move. And there are over 19 moves on the floor exercise that they have to do. This is another move that gives the women a great deal of problem. That leg should be in the horizontal on the ending. They try not to have any bobbles, and then they have their ending pose.
All right, the excitement builds in the gymnastic competition in the women's compulsory. We'll be back for more in a moment.
The games of the 23rd Olympiad continue.
Julianne McMahon.
As Bella will tell you, she is very much the style of Nadia. Julianne doesn't give away points for form breaks. She's the most experienced and has great concentration. See the very different styles between Kathy and Julianne. Julianne is much more athletic. She extends well, has the flexibility. Look at that layout. But not quite the arm grace of Kathy Johnson. But Julianne is extremely light on her feet. There's her second tumbling run. You can see her pop off the ground on that handspring and fly on this back handspring. It seems they all relax at this point. Nice positioning in the handstand and on the straddle. So far, so good. Let's see about these back handsprings. Oh, she has wings, Jack. Mm-hmm. Back walkover. Now here's that turn. All right, Julianne. Woo.
Oh. What a sign.
And absolutely true. On this first tumbling run, you can see how light indeed she is. Watch her punch out of this back handspring and just fly. Way up in the air, way above her head, and straight body. No arch, no pike, and full extension. I don't think she thought she would get up quite that high.
You can see it so clearly on super slow motion, right, too. Waiting for the judges. In a capacity-filled Pauley Pavilion, second day of gymnastics competition, Julianne McNamara.
Oh.
Bela Karolyi. I wouldn't like to get Bela mad at me if I were
I don't
a judge.
think so.
I wouldn't like to meet him in a dark
If
forest.
I were a judge, I would be very intimidated by him, I think.
All right, while we're waiting for that score, Ann Simon is with a man who should be very happy. He's the mayor of Los... Wait a minute, there's the score, and it's a 9.9, and we know Julianne McMahon is happy. I hope Bela Karolyi's happy with that one, too.
I'm sure he is. And that leaves only the 10 for Mary Lou Retton.
That's all that's left, isn't it?
That's right.
Ann Simon is with Mayor Tom Bradley of Los Angeles, and we'll get to him in a minute, but we don't want to miss this next package of dynamite. Mary Lou Retton, who could maybe somersault right out of Pauley Pavilion on this one.
We may not see her again on that first tumbling run. She loves this event. She loves performing for the crowd and the judges. And for no experience in world competition, Mary Lou has handled the pressure like a true champion that she is. Look at this.
Oh. Told you, she bounce into the rafters.
That's right. I think she could jump higher than the basketball players. Every move perfected. No deductions so far. In my opinion, of course. This audience is very knowledgeable of compulsories. I think everybody in this arena that watches compulsories has to be a coach or a gymnast or just a fan. And she flies again. If she can get through this full turn after the back walkover, there's no reason she couldn't get a 10. Oh. Well, let's see.
All right, Mary Lou Retton.
This may be the first 10 of the day.
Look at this place. Standing ovation.
Oh. This may be it.
All around now.
And if not, as you say, Bela Karolyi and Don Peters will be breathing down their neck.
Okay, Mary Lou. Boy, you're going to see and hear a lot of her the rest of this week.
I might mention the head judge is from Romania, so let's see what happens.
Aha. Romania, of course, to give the United States women their strongest challenge here, and the Romanians will be on this evening. We'll be able to see them live.
By the way, there's not much that the head judge can do if all the scores are in line. If there's not too big a discrepancy between those two middle scores.
All right, 9.9 for Julianne McNamara. Now let us see what Mary Lou Retton has. They're all chanting. Do you hear? The crowd is chanting 10, 10. I don't know whether that's pressure on the judges or not. Do you?
Oh, it has to be a lot of pressure.
There you go. That's Mrs. Dussert. 10.
And the team spirit and the parents. It has to be a great thing for these athletes.
9.95.
Oh, and they're not going to be happy with that.
Disappointed look on Mary Lou's face. 9.95.
Did you ever think that you'd see the day where a 9.95 got booed? We have as far as the judges are concerned, we have Romania, Sweden, Australia, Israel, and Italy.
9.95 for Mary Lou Retton. Well, we promised you Mayor Tom Bradley, so here now is Ann Simon with you.
And Jack, you know that Mayor Tom Bradley has the best seat in the House, especially watching that Mary Lou Retton performance. Were you disappointed with that score?
Well, she can do better, and I thought she was equal to a 10 there, so I'm disappointed, and I'm sure all of this crowd is.
Mayor Bradley, you have access to all the venues here. Why are you at gymnastics today? What's the draw for you?
Well, I have a busy day every day. This morning at 4 a.m., I was with David Hartman on AM America. I had some duties in City Hall, and then a press conference with the mayor of Sarajevo, where we call for a cessation of hostilities in the world. I have been watching gymnastics, I guess, since Olga Korbut and Nadia Comaneci so popularized this sport, and I wanted very much to be here as often as I can, and so this was my first opportunity.
Mayor Tom Bradley, thank you very much. A big fan here at gymnastics.
Thank you, Ann, and we're delighted to have him here to watch this American team who has really set a mark for the Romanians to shoot at now. They have been, as the men were yesterday, almost inspired. The home crowd advantage, I guess, has been a part of it, but they are, of course, the best team we have ever sent. The United States leads now after 2 sessions of compulsories, but remember the Romanians again, the strong team here.
It's back at the Olympic pool, where so far in these